right.
We're good to go on our
Everybody ready?
Don't forget the mic.
Oh, yes.
And I turned it off, Gary.
You did? Okay. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Okay. My mic sounds nice. Check two. All right. There we go. What's up, everybody? It is another month, and we are right in front of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. And this month, we are here with some amazing organizers who are fighting a major fight in Corpus Christi, Texas. And of course, my name is Carrie Fulton. I'm the organizing director with the Center for Oil and Gas Organizing. And we are so excited to make sure that frontline voices are heard in these very important decisions that impact all of our lives. As many people may or may not know, liquefied natural gas is dangerous. It can cause cancer clusters. It can damage our environment. And it breaks communities apart. And no one knows about that more than the people who live nearby these facilities. And we're saying, stop it. Fear Cheniere, which is one of the companies that is here today trying to get a permit so that they can build more dangerous, dirty LNG facilities in the Gulf South. Is that what we want? No. Absolutely not. Ew. Anyway, we're going to let that train go by. For those of you watching live, please make sure to tweet this out. Frontlines to FERC. Please tweet us out. Let people know we are here and we want you to fear Cheniere. Protect the sacred. Our lives, our planet, our environment, the things that we love. And so, without further ado, I want to bring Chloe Torres, who is with the Texas Campaign for the Environment, up. Hello, Chloe. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I just wanted to start off with expressing gratitude. Thank you to everyone who is watching the live stream right now. Thank you to my fellow organizers from the Coastal Bend for joining me here all the way in Washington, D.C., many of us for the first time. And thank you to those back home who we hope to represent and make very proud. So my name is Chloe Torres, and I'm the fossil fuel exports organizer for Texas Campaign for the Environment. Fossil fuel exports organizer. What a title, right? On the one hand, I know I'm incredibly blessed to be in the role that I am because I get to help my community make our voices heard despite the many institutional forces that attempt to silence us. On the other, it is horrific to realize that the only reason I have my position, my role, is because every day myself and the people I love most in this world are poisoned. Poisoned by the same fossil fuel industry that are putting every single living being on this planet in grave peril in the service of producing profits for already ludicrously wealthy CEOs. So specifically, our delegation is here to shed light on a particularly nasty neighbor, Corpus Christi Liquefaction, more commonly known as Cheniere, began operating in San Patricio County in 2018. And since they started production, they have violated their air pollution permits 297 times. 297 times, right? Boo, fear Cheniere. A community that is majority working class, people of color, and their children were unnecessarily subjected to high levels of toxic pollutants. Please always remember that Cheniere operates mere miles away from 4 different public schools in Gregory and Portland, Texas. And sometimes numbers can obscure the true human impact. So I'm going to paint a picture with what we've heard from people when we canvass the communities about what it's like to live next to Cheniere. Ground flares, like that one right there, so bright that people ask themselves on the way home from work, why hasn't the sun set yet? Irritated eyes and itchy skin that makes it hard to concentrate at work and school. Nausea and headaches from unidentified odors, racing, fatigued hearts from severe asthma attacks, and finally, panicked minds from realizing they're spending more and more money on healthcare costs and therefore less and less money for their children. These are the experiences that FERC facilitates when they approve permits for LNG infrastructure. We're here to say enough is enough. Our home is not a sacrifice zone. So in closing, regulators, including FERC commissioners in the past, may have thought Cheniere to be worthy of the permits they received. But we are meeting with FERC Commissioner Allison Clements and FERC Chairman Willie Phillips to convey the devastating consequences of those short-sighted decisions. We will implore them to see what kind of neighbor Cheniere truly is, and only ask that they make good on their promise to protect environmental justice communities. Please, FERC, protect the sacred. Thank you.
Absolutely, protect the sacred. And while we're talking about fearing Cheniere, Cheniere representatives, lobbyists are in this building right now. And we've already talked to them. They said we're fossil fuel guys. And you know what we are? We're people who care about our planet and our environment and our communities. And we know one thing is important: protect the sacred. Thank you. And now, right now, we have a very important person who's going to come and talk to us. Miss Jennifer, if you can come on up and tell us why this is so critical and key and important. Thank you so much. And you've got these beautiful, scary photos of these flares. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Thank you, Carrie. I'm here representing Ingleside on the Bay Coastal Watch Association, and we're a community truly on the front lines of Cheniere. Their boats pass by our community every day. The erosion that we see from these boats is devastating to the property owners and to our community. Also, we have members of our association that live miles, just a few miles from the flare, and this is what they see. And as Chloe said earlier, this flare keeps you up at night. It's quite something. You can feel the heat emanating off of the flare, and as disturbing as it is, it's not communicated to the people in this building. They don't understand what it's like for the people that live in these communities, that see your homes destroyed by waves, by huge ships passing within 20 yards of your back door. And we want to let them know, and we want to share with them some of our stories of what this is like, and hopefully have them do a better job of protecting the sacred, of protecting what's truly important, not just our homes and our health, but the environment for all. We are also on the front lines of climate change. As a coastal communities, we experience the climate in the forms of sea level rise and erosion that is happening all around us. Coastal flooding is an issue exacerbated by these huge ships going back and forth. This expansion by Cheniere is only going to increase this traffic twofold, and we cannot even imagine what it will be like if they're allowed to expand in the way that they are planning. So we'd like to extend make our voices heard and let everyone know that we're here to help represent your experiences. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And first and foremost, those photos are jarring and real, and something that people have to look at every single day in their communities. Now, we talk a lot about these companies, we talk a lot about our environment, but whose land are we even standing on? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And the person who's going to talk about that and really break this down as to the importance of why it is important to protect the sacred is Dee Sanchez of Indigenous Peoples of the Coastal Bend. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being here. This is extremely important. Let me start by saying my name is Deandra Sanchez. I'm from so-called Corpus Christi. I am niece of Love Sanchez, who co-founded the Indigenous Peoples of the Coastal Bend. I'm the Youth and Community Building Coordinator of our Indigenous group. I'm a Two-Spirit. I'm also a Karankawa tribal member. I'm also a part of the Hot Clan, and I'm a descendant of Lipan Apache. For hundreds of years now, our land and waters have been destroyed by these fossil fuel corporations. Redfish Bay, which is sacred to the Kwankwa people, is a 32,000 acre that is certain to be destroyed if oil export and LNG productions continue. This bay not only provides fish, it has a delicate seagrass bed that is vital to the ecosystem that connects to Corpus Christi Bay. Burial sites have been destroyed due to fossil fuel expansion as well. Over 80,000 artifacts through the years have been dug up near LNG terminal, and these corporations show no remorse. Our soil has been contaminated, and now the indigenous foods that once grew there no longer exist. We are having to cultivate the land and water again so we can grow food. Our bay is polluted, our marine life is being washed up on shore, and our children's lungs is being poisoned with the fossil fuel corporations. This needs to stop. I'd like to take this time to also say, rest in power to an amazing warrior. Joy Braun said something that lit a fire in me many moons ago. A video of her was on my news feed, and she said, find your warrior spirit and get here now. At that moment, I couldn't get to Standing Rock, but I knew in my spirit and in my heart that I needed to take a stand. Because of those words, I am where I am now. Because of what happened in Standing Rock, I can never turn my back and never look away when it comes to protecting our land, water, and air. This is my warning to these fossil fuel corporations and their permitting agencies. If we don't stop using fossil fuels and transition out, prepare for another catastrophe. Look at what happened in California with these crazy rain and winter storms. Look at the unusual weather that's happened everywhere. This is not normal. We need to change. Prepare your children and future generations with survival skills if you choose not to do anything. I'm going to tell you something. My grandmother came to me in a dream with a warning. She said, Mija, this black snake is forever going to grow unless you get it by the head. So I'm calling out black snake killers, water protectors, caregivers of this world. It's time to slay this snake. It's time to slay this beast and show these monsters that what they're doing is no longer welcome on our lands. Thank you.
Death to the black snake! Black snake! Death to the black snake!
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for lifting up the spirit of Joy Braun. There is a day of action, a week of action this week in honor of a very powerful activist named Joy Braun, who fought for all of us. And her birthday is tomorrow, January 20th. So if you're out there, please do something right for your environment today. At this moment, as these bells are chiming, we'll take a nice moment of silence in her honor. Thank you. Well, our friend with security has let us know that we're in her driveway. But let me tell you one thing. We're going into this meeting, and we're going to make sure our voices are heard. And if you're watching live, every month, FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, streams their open meeting live. Can you comment on their page? No. Can you make your voice heard other ways? Yes. Join our Twitter storm. Frontlines to FERC. We'll be live streaming. We'll be live tweeting. We'll be talking about what's happening in the meeting. Watch it on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Hashtag Frontlines to FERC. And we are so excited to make sure that our voices are heard in that space. We are so excited to make sure that FERC truly fears Cheniere and these other dirty LNG companies. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see y'all again next month. Frontlines to FERC.